Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chichi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman says DERRICK JAXN cheating on her wife proves that pick-me's lose when it comes to marriage. Let's get it.
Oh, and while we're on the topic of DERRICK JAXN divorcing his wife, when I talk about how pick-me's don't get picked, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know much about DERRICK JAXN's wife, but what I do know is that she's modest, you know, she sticks to her core values, and she seems like more of a traditional woman. She's basically the epitome of the woman that we are told that we need to be able to find a man, have kids, and have a healthy, happy relationship for the rest of our lives.
No, she's not.
Being a pick-me or being that woman that y'all make us feel like we need to be does not stop us from getting hurt. It doesn't stop us from getting cheated on, lied to, done wrong, left. It does not stop that. Her being the ideal woman did not stop her from getting cheated on. It did not stop him from divorcing her and going off with some other woman that he's going to have a meaningless relationship with. She was the woman that made a house a home. She was the woman that had his kids. She was the woman that he believed was marriage material. And she still got done wrong, and done wrong bad.
All right, guys, so we have a woman here with a bonnet who's basically saying, what's the point of being a traditional woman if I'm still going to get hurt? If I'm still going to be treated badly? And she says there's no point of being a traditional woman because men will still cheat on you. And guys, we're going to check out some of these comments and see what the people have to say. But first, I'm going to say two things. Number one, women who avoid marriage because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get cheated on. They don't want to get left are selfish women, right? A marriage is not about you. A marriage is about the unity of the family overall. All those things may happen, not only to you, but also to the man who gets involved in that marriage. There's no defense to stop a woman from initiating divorce from a man. He can only protect himself. He can only protect his assets. Pick the right woman, the best woman, and vice versa, the same with her, right? She can protect herself and make sure that she doesn't leave the marriage worse than she came to it. So first things first, it's a selfish approach to approach a marriage with, well, I better not get hurt. You probably will get hurt at some point in a marriage. It's not about you. It's not about not getting cheated on. It's not a movie. It's real shit. Things might happen. Now, is DERRICK JAXN the best candidate for marriage? Obviously not. Obviously not. You're talking about a man who literally lied to women on a daily basis about what relationships look like. Black men don't cheat, right? But cheated on his wife continuously. A man who warned other women to avoid men just like him. You're using the wrong example for this situation. You're talking about a guy who literally told women if they're not on cloud nine and they're not being treated like queens 24/7, then they shouldn't get married or they shouldn't pick that man. What women avoid is hearing the truth, is drinking that real coffee. The truth is marriage is hard. Relationships are hard. Be prepared for some real shit to happen. Be prepared to get your feelings hurt. But of course, the goal isn't about you or your happiness. Should you have peace? Should you have a degree of happiness? Yes. But that's not why people create families. It's about meaning. It's about passing on wealth to the next generation. It's about creating better opportunities for the future generation. It's not about you. Right. The whole you're still going to get cheated on is looking at the situation from a very selfish perspective. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments. The people did respond. First comment here says, you clearly don't know much because what are you even talking about? And so the actual content creator responded back to this comment. Here's what she had to say.
Too many of y'all are coming from stitches of other videos, or maybe you're taking this video out of context. But let me add a little bit of context. Pick me women and women that are modest, traditional, and conservative don't get treated better than the rest of us. We have repetitive conversations about what a woman can do to actually get a man and be treated great by a man and have a serious relationship and have a successful relationship. Oh, you need to be modest. You need to have a low body count. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to have all these qualifications in order for you to get a good man. And even when a woman meets all those requirements, she's doing everything that she was told to do in order to get a good man, she'll still get done wrong. I can understand why y'all are assuming that I'm calling Derrick Jaxn's wife a pick-me, but I clarified that I'm not calling her a pick-me. I should have done a better job explaining more, but my whole point was whether this is a pick-me woman or a woman who is modest, traditional, and or conservative, those women just don't get treated better than the rest of us.
Hold on. Yes, they do. They get treated a lot better. What are you talking about? They have better financial security. They feel protected. They know they have somebody there in their corner. They're not on TikTok lamenting and crying about relationship problems with a bonnet.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Even though pick-me women will have a lot of men agreeing with them, these men are not going to treat them better than they treat the rest of us. They might agree with her, but that woman can get in a relationship and get done wrong real bad. And it's happened before. The point of that video was not just about Derrick JAXN and his soon-to-be ex-wife. The video was to point out something generally by using their situation as an example. So I'll put it in terms like this. It does not matter what a woman does, what a woman is. It does not matter if she's modest. It does not matter if she's not modest. It doesn't matter if she's modern. It doesn't matter if she's traditional. All of us get done wrong. And nobody can say that that's not true, because it is true. You can try to say, oh, well, these kind of women get cheated on. They still get cheated on. They still get hurt. They still get done wrong. So now what?
And so you guys heard it. It comes down to this. Those women still get cheated on. Okay, cool. They still get cheated on. And so what's the alternative? Be by yourself. Be by yourself. That's it. Be by yourself. That's okay. Be one of the many women out here who's single, alone, struggling financially, no retirement plan in the future, raising up kids on a one-income household as a single mother. That's okay. Women want a situation where there are no problems, no infidelity, and you're not going to find it. I'm sorry. You're not going to find it. And you're especially not going to find it with the type of men that modern women today want. And again, this is not me encouraging men to cheat, but the honest truth is you will run into problems if you get married. It will happen. And that's just the truth. And most people who value marriage and family and succeed at it understand that problems will arise. Most of these women today who look down on marriage, who get into marriages and divorce, they've been sold a fantasy and a dream. Next comment here from a woman says, facts, submission don't equal fidelity. Nope, be by yourself. Go back in the streets. Another chick here says she was the ride or die that was with him while he got it out the mud before the fame. Hey, no one's saying what Derrick JAXN did was right. We've all been saying, a lot of men have been saying that he's wrong. Another comment here from another person says, it's sad because she did everything that she was told that would make her the perfect wife/woman by society standards, but that man still disrespected his vows that he chose to make. Another person added to this thread and said, exactly, there is no guarantee. That's why I will just be myself, which is definitely not submissive. Listen, you don't become submissive because you think that's a guarantee that your marriage or relationship is not going to have problems. You get submissive to get a husband. So to women who are saying things like, oh, I'm never going to be submissive, then, like this chick, then she can look forward to never locking down a man who she wants. Next comment says, it actually makes you get cheated on and hurt more by these men. 600 plus likes. And another woman responded back to that and says, right, it lets you make all the excuses for them when they hurt you. Another comment here says, exactly, that's why you should never change for a man. And finally, last comment says, no, nothing that you do will make a cheater less of a cheater. That is true. It all depends on his morals and how much he respects himself. That is true. It's unfair to compare someone like Derrick JAXN to the average person who women get married to, because the man obviously lacks discipline to a great degree, right? But a lot of the times these are women who don't want it. They don't want to change for a man. These are women looking for excuses to be modern women. They're difficult. This was just an opportunity to not change at all, right? Next comment says, some said she filed first, then he talked her out of it. Then to save face, he filed and announced it. Shaking my head, it's crazy out here. Another woman here says, ew. And another woman responded and says, I believe this. He wanted to do it first. Her doing it first would have bruised his fragile ego. Another comment here from another woman says, I think he's going to regret leaving his wife. Ain't nothing out here. He just wants to mess around and he'll get bored. She goes on to say, I hope when she gets over him and finds who she is without him, she won't take him back. And another woman responded back and says, a lot of us women tell ourselves that he will be back to soften the blow. I think it does a disservice to ourselves. What if he actually never comes back? He's not going back. It's clear he never really liked her. Another woman here says, relationships in general is risky business. There's nothing you can do to stop someone from cheating. Very true. Might as well be by yourself and take the odds. Another chick here says, they are going to say she picked wrong. And then another woman responded and says, yes, the same manosphere would accuse W of picking wrong, turn around and complain about W. Like, sir, why didn't you choose better? Yeah, man, this is nothing but a bunch of women who are looking for excuses to not better themselves and be submissive women, right? Are there situations like this, a very extreme situation of a pathological liar who's literally will probably still continue to scam women who men have warned about for years? Yes, there are extreme situations like this, but in general, most men are not doing their wives dirty to the extreme that Derrick Jaxn has done. Not to mention, since they brought up the manosphere, men have spoke out against Derrick Jaxn for ages. But as always, man, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Listen, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.